a really incredible company that we're super excited to partner with.
Yeah, right.
The second I walked into the meeting with them, it felt like we were simpatico. It was like family. I mean, they're just good people. So everybody on this team, you guys are really going to enjoy. They're down to earth. They just want to help you guys make more money, help grow the company. So it's going to be a really fun ride with these guys. And they got a really good brand, and it's hot. It's very exciting to get to partner with these guys. Um, a couple of big notes, I guess, is let's see, it's Brett Simmons is one of the owners of this company. Sorry, I'm gonna try to keep on muting people. All right. He's a third generation in this industry. It's kind of a similar story like us with me. They've been doing this for a long time. They have their own manufacturing plant in Minnesota, so they make everything, they bottle everything, they ship everything out. We're very fortunate that it's American made. I think they source things from outside, but majority of everything is from America. So a great story about that. We can trust everything that they're putting into it because he is the owner of the company. Just it's just a really good feel good story. They're going to get into all the ingredients and different things. And as far as support, you're going to get these huge bags full of products. I'm gonna we're gonna show you. They got 3 boxes of a bunch of samples. It's just gonna be really fun to go out there and just crush it. And we know you guys are gonna do a really good job with it. So I guess without further ado, John and Jen, if you guys want to take over, I'm gonna record this if that's fine. There's a couple of people. Okay. No pressure, Jen.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Jake. Great to see a lot of familiar faces on the call this morning. In fact, I think I saw
Recording in progress.
Mr. Chris Hamill on there. So, Chris, been a little bit. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Jen today is going to walk you guys through. Let me make some quick introductions. So, I'm John Reinhart. For those that don't know me, I'm Vice President of Sales of Aluram. And with me today is Jennifer Swenson. She's Director of Marketing and Education. We're going to take you guys through kind of like a little bit of the company history, what we do, kind of what makes us unique. Jake kind of touched on it, that we're actually the true manufacturer of the product, which most companies in our industry, they have their products made by a lab or a contract filler. We're going to get into the story of Aluram, again, how we're different than any other brand out there. Jen will take you through, like Jake said, kind of key ingredients, and then we'll get into the salon intros, and then we'll finish up with a nice DSC program. But before we get started, I always like to kind of set the table of how we actually got started. We launched the fall of 2019 through distribution, but really the concept of Aluram started all the way back in about 2017. At that point, I was a manufacturer rep, or a consultant. I represented multiple brands in the industry, like some of you guys probably know over the years. And one of the companies I represented was United Haircare, and they had a brand called Caracolor. And I was, had a great relationship with the parent company. And the president at the time, Brett Simmons, kind of came to me and said, "Hey, John, we got a lot of capabilities here, and just go out there and ask the distributors, what's the white space in the industry right now that we could create and be impactful for distributors and salons out there." So started having conversations with a lot of distributors across the country and said, "Hey guys, what is it that you guys are missing in your portfolio?" And a lot of the distributors all had a similar answer. They're like, "John, we have the best, smoothing company. We got the best hair extension companies. We got the best hair color companies. We got all the high-end retail brands, whether it be a Brazilian or a Davinas or a Murphy or Moroccan, you name it." But the one common denominator that guys kept coming back to is like, we need an awesome retail brand for under $20 to compete, to pull those people that are buying, products from CVS and Walgreens and Piggly Wiggly and Publix and all those other places. We need to pull those sales back in the salon channel. So I take that intel back to Brett, and he's like, "We can do that." So the wheel started turning. And all of a sudden, April of 2019, we did something very unique. Is Steve and Richard and Jake can attest. Typically, when they'd be gearing up for Cosmoprof, manufacturers over the years would send them poker chips. You're in Vegas, people like to gamble. It's kind of the same old, same old. We did something different. Is we sent a coconut and a coconut opener open to a bunch of distributors across the country. Next thing you know, our phones started blowing up and people are like, what the heck is this? This is really cool concept. Never seen anything like it. A couple guys were taking videos that they cracked the coconut, they poured a drink in there and they're, taking a drink out of there. They're like, absolutely, we'll take a meeting with you guys at Cosmoprof. So we had a big suite. We unveiled the brand, and next thing you know, we gave every distributor and their team a try me kit of what Jake kind of popped up there on the screen. And within days, people are like, "Are you serious? This product does this. It looks like this, and it's at this price point. Sign us up." And that's really how the ball got started. So September, I think it was September 7th, 2019. I might be off by a date or two, but we had our first distributor launch. Next thing you know, we were launching more guys. We're up to about 6 or 7 distributors, and that good old thing called COVID hit. And you're a startup brand, and next thing you know, you're like, man, we got momentum kicking, and all of a sudden, we don't know what the heck's going to happen. And next thing things were shut down for 30, 45 days. The one thing we noticed was salon owners were able to kind of really take an inventory of their overall business. And as soon as the industry booted back up, we're getting calls left and right from salons all over the country, even salons we didn't even have coverage in yet, saying, hey, we want to take a look at your brand. It's already, we're looking into clean stuff. We're looking into price point. And from there, man, we have not turned, we haven't missed a beat. And we've been fortunate enough, timing's a big part of things in life. And next thing the last 5 years organically, we've been one of the fastest growing hair care brands in the business. So we're excited to be launching with you guys today. We know you're a powerhouse in the Southeast. It's going to be a great ride together. And at that kind of point, I'm going to hand things over to Jen. And like I said, Jennifer's going to walk you guys through, again, kind of go into details about what we do as a company, who we are, where we're based, and again, the Aluram story, go through the PK, and you guys will be in great hands for about the next hour or so.
Good morning, everybody. I will try to keep it under an hour. I have been known to be a little bit chatty. If anybody's watched any of our YouTube channel stuff, I can really get some words in there. So I'm going to try to keep everything to 30 minutes or so. We'll cover a lot of the backstory of the brand, different positioning points, kind of how to talk about the key concepts of the brand. And then we have a few kind of hero products in the line. So I'll touch on some of those hero products, but then we'll just kind of go through a little bit of the PK. And then if there's any questions, you can definitely let us know as we go along. But we do have all of the presentation that I'm sharing today. We do have that available for you guys. We have all of our education for our products on the back end of our website. So when you are opening up new accounts and people want to get access to education, the stylist can just sign up on the back end of the website. They get access to all the education, or they can go to the Aluram YouTube channel to get access to the education that way. So kind of how John mentioned, we are a full health and beauty manufacturer located right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a really unique experience because we do make everything in-house. We have our marketing team, our graphics team, social, and then we also have a in-house lab with 5 research and development chemists that do all of the research and product development for our brands. Then we also have our production in-house as well. So we have 12 production lines that are running all day long. So when you follow us on social and you see any of the behind the scenes type stuff, that's filmed right in our building right here in Minnesota. We are about 15 minutes from the Mall of America. So if you've ever been up this way and you've been to the Mall of America, you're pretty close to where we are. So as we get into the story of Aluram, you'll see the tagline we have for the brand is going to be the clean beauty, clear conscious. You'll see that tagline on the bottles, the marketing, different packaging and different marketing material throughout the brand, because we want to make sure that we're giving off the clean beauty and the clear conscious when we really talk about what this brand means. This page here is going to be really helpful in kind of talking about some of the key points that we have for the brand. So we also have another tagline for the brand, which is going to be worry-free hair care. This is what we call our yes, no list. This list is on a tent card that will come in the intros, and this is a beautiful display piece that stylists can put in the salon to really be transparent of the ingredients that we are using and the ingredients that we are not using in our products. So if you take a look at this list, we have the left-hand side. Those are going to be all of the ingredients that we are not using in the brand, replaced by the right-hand side, which is a list of all the ingredients that we are using. I know this is a very long list, but as people become more transparent in what ingredients are in products, what are not in products, it's really important for stylists to have the verbiage available for them to talk to their clients and speak on what's in the product and what's not. As far as when I go out in the field, so I work in the office Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So anytime I get a chance to be out in the field, it's really exciting to be out there detailing. So I obviously can't memorize this entire list. So I'll usually pick a few things that I can speak really well on, and then really talk about what those ingredients are and why they're important to not have in the brand. So for example, we take a look at on our no list, that's going to be sodium chloride. We know that sodium chloride is table salt, and that type of product or that type of ingredient can be very drying on the hair. It can be very damaging. It can strip color. So we're choosing to not use that in our products. However, we're replacing that with key ingredients such as castor oil, avocado oil, rosehip oil, sea buckthorn oil, all those really key nourishing ingredients that we're choosing to use in our products instead. So again, this comes in the intros, and it's a really beautiful display piece to put in the salon. So stylists have a really great talking point. Then if you take a look at the image on the right-hand side, that bottle. So the bottles here, all of them have our clean beauty icons that run down the side of the bottles. So that's going to be pointing out that we're vegan, sulfate-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and color-safe. Another thing, when you're in salons, a lot of times people have questions if something's organic, if something's not organic. When you're taking a look at the ingredient listing statement, on the packaging, there's a little asterisk that says certified organic ingredients. So anything that's a certified organic ingredient in the listing statement has an asterisk next to it. That's also some great speaking points for those salons that you go into where they have very in-depth questions on ingredients, or really making sure they're looking for something that falls into that clean beauty realm.
Beautiful.
And kind of like a little tip, when you guys are out in the field and maybe you only have a few bottles to showcase, the conditioner has the white text on it, and that's going to be the easiest to show when you're going to be in the salon, because the white's going to be a lot easier to read on those icons. Because I know we have a lot of amazing products in the line, but we can't expect you guys to carry your entire trunk full of Aluram. So anything with the conditioner with that white text is going to be a little bit easier to read when you guys are out in the field. Then for the most exciting part of the brand, so not only do we fall into the clean beauty standards, we also have one of the amazing ingredients of coconut water. So the very first ingredient for all of our Aluram products is going to be coconut water. And even when you're taking a look at the ingredient listing statement on the back, you're going to have coconut water is that very first ingredient. So if you think about coconut water, it's going to be great for adding extra hydration and electrolytes, amino acids, vitamin C, and potassium. It's very hydrating. So we're starting that as the first ingredient in our products. So not many other brands, or if any, have coconut water as that very first ingredient. So that's a really cool and unique selling point for the brand. So not only do we follow our clean beauty standards, we also have that coconut water as the very first ingredient in all of the products. Another key ingredient that runs through the brand is going to be the marula oil. So marula oil is going to be a very lightweight molecular oil that can go into the hair strand to help add that hydration and moisture, versus some oils are a little bit heavier, which sit on top of the hair. So we're choosing to use marula oil because it's going to be a very lightweight oil. Another important part of this being that lightweight oil is when we talk about our education and how to use the products, we're always talking about cocktailing and layering. We want to make sure that our products aren't too heavy, so we can customize that look for our client by using more than one product. Another kind of fun way to think about this ingredient is if you look at it on the screen here, you look at the word Aluram, it's actually going to be marula backwards. So that's how we got the name of the brand. So when you guys are in the salons and you have an Aluram cape and the stylist has the cape on their client and they look in the mirror, they're going to see marula in the mirror instead of Aluram. So it's kind of a fun little play on words as to how we got the name. Also, even when you hold this into the mirror, you're actually going to see that marula backwards, which is kind of cool. So we try to keep everything that's really important to our brand right on the packaging for the bottle. Because again, we know that you guys are jam-packed with lots of different things, and we want to make sure to keep the brand simple. So when we think about the key aspects that are really important, it's going to be the clean beauty, the coconut water formulas, and the marula, along with our clean beauty icons. So all of that is going to be right on the packaging. It's just a nice reminder of what's important to us as a brand. So you're going to have those clean beauty icons. You're going to have that first ingredient, that's the coconut water. You're going to have nature's best, coconut water as the very first ingredient. And then you're going to have the Clean Beauty Clear Conscious and the marula oil on the front. So all the really important aspects to the brand are going to be right on the bottle to always sit there as a reminder. And also, when I'm on the field, I always like to lead with the volumizing shampoo and conditioner because personally, that is my favorite fragrance in the line, even though they're all amazing, but this is one of my favorites.
Hey, real quick, one, you guys are going to get a bunch of these brochures. They're beautifully done. And like the first four slides she just talked about, all that information is on the first two pages. So make sure you if you're giving out samples, this is an incredible selling piece for you guys to have while you're putting it out there. And just kind of interject. A few of you have sold this line before in the past. So I know Josh Simmons is a huge advocate for this brand. He's opened up a ton of doors. Now that he's shifted to Salon Center only, he's very excited. So I know a couple of you have sold this in the past, and if you want to interject some
Mhm.
selling points or this is really legit, go ahead and comment or unmute yourself. But yeah, it's going to be fun, very fun. Yeah, they got the story. This is the perfect time as far as price point and clean beauty. So like John said, it's all about timing and they're hot. So just want to interject a little bit, Jen.
No, I'd love to hear people have success stories of being out in the field or something that's worked well for them as a selling point. We'd love to hear that.
This brand grew for me really, really quick. Whenever I first saw it, I started out with just the purple shampoo because that's really all I had access to. We had a lot of samples of those, and I just took those out. And then it started to really grow. You guys have that $50, $60, or you had a like a bag deal to take out. I sold probably 100 of those. This is the easiest brand that I probably ever sold, uh, probably in 17 years. So I'm really excited. We are going to absolutely crush this. So just that's all I've got to say.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
No, we're excited for you guys. I think once we start going through the presentation and you kind of, you hear the in-depth story that we have and what makes the brand unique, and then we go into the quality and the performance of all of the products, and then how we utilize those and the performance. And then when you actually go in with the pricing, it's going to be so fun to watch people's eyes like bug out of their head when you're like, oh yeah, this is only $16.99 retail. And people are like, oh, retail, you mean salon cost? And you're like, no, retail. So it's going to be a really exciting thing to watch people's eyes just be like, wow. So I'm excited for you guys to have the opportunity to get out there and kind of be re-energized and excited about having this brand. So like I said, we're just going to quickly go through some of the products, and then I'm going to stop on some of the hero products and go in a little bit more in depth. And again, at any point in time, if you do have questions, you can just go ahead and shout them out. So the first one we're going to cover is the daily shampoo and conditioner. Again, daily shampoo and conditioner is going to be great for fine to medium hair. So with the shampoos and conditioners for all of them across the line, so the daily, moisturizing, volumizing, and curl, those are all going to be silicone free. So they're going to be silicone free formulas that are going to be lightweight. They're going to have a really great lather. So you get a great lather with the lightweight feel, and they're all going to be silicone free. So we have the shampoos and conditioners in the 12 ounce. We have it in the liter size. And then we also have our 100-ounce pouch back bar refill pouches. So those 100-ounce pouches, they are going to be a salon cost of $30. So if you think about it, they're getting 3-liter refills for $30. So it's a great way to really ensure that Aluram is staying at the back bar in these salons because that's such an amazing price point. Like, not too often can you legitimately get 3-liter refills for $30. So it's a great way when you are talking to salons about the product, is also not only talking about the intros and the products that we have, but then the back bar support we have with these 100-ounce pouches. Then we have our moisturizing collection, which the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner is probably our number one shampoo and conditioner in the line. So the moisturizing is going to be great for more medium to coarse hair. But when we're thinking about medium to coarse, think about more medium to coarse where the hair might be a little bit more dry due to chemical damage, over processing, straightening, heat damage, things like that. Versus the curl line, which is also going to be great for medium to coarse hair. You want to think more traditional coarse curly hair that needs more of the oils and the butters and that extra hydration. So think moisturizing is great for more medium to coarse for hair that's dry and damaged versus the curl shampoo, which is specifically formulated for curly hair that has more of the oils and the butters where it needs more of the hydration. Also kind of a fun little ingredient call out for the curl line. So everything in the curl line is this green color, and the call out ingredient is going to be the prickly pear extract. And why that's important is you think about prickly pear grows in the desert and it's able to stay alive and retain all of its own moisture to grow in, nourish, and thrive in the desert. So prickly pear extract has a way to help retain moisture in the hair to make sure that curly hair stays hydrated. And the more hydrated it is, the more it's going to feel more healthy and really bring out that curl pattern in the hair. So anything that's in the curl line that's green, everything's going to be silicone free and then have the prickly pear extract that runs through all those products. Again, I'm just going to highlight some of those key ingredients for those salons that are really ingredient focused. Then we have the volumizing collection. What's really great with the volumizing collection is it's slowly moving up to be one of our top sellers in the shampoos and conditioners. Not only is it an amazing fragrance, but a lot of times people have complaints about volumizing shampoos and conditioners because they feel too drying on the hair. Because the point of a volumizing shampoo and conditioner is to help absorb any of that excess oil so the hair can feel light and lifted, giving it that volumized feel. Well, again, the great thing with Aluram is you have that coconut water base. So everything is already starting in that base of hydration. So with this product, you're going to get the amazing benefits of feeling that lightweight, lifted, volumized feel, but then it's also going to feel hydrating because you have the coconut water in there. So this is an amazing volumizing shampoo and conditioner. And again, it has my favorite fragrance in the line. Not to be like calling out favorites, but top fragrance in my opinion. Then we have the purple toning shampoo. Again, the purple toning shampoo is probably going to be one of our hero products in the line. It has the great rich lather and the most amazing purple toning abilities. Again, kind of like the volumizing, a lot of complaints that people have with purple toning shampoos is they're too drying. So again, we have that coconut water base. You don't have to worry about this feeling too drying on the hair. You're going to get a beautiful, rich lather that's going to work through the hair evenly to make sure you're toning off the hair evenly from the roots to ends. And it's going to be very hydrating, so you don't have to worry about it drying or making blonde hair too brittle. Then we have our brand new item that we launched last November that is slowly moving into a top SKU. This is going to be our high shine glossing treatment. So this item not only gives you the benefits of a beautiful high shine finish, but it also adds as a moisturizing, hydrating treatment as well. So we have the key ingredients like we have in all of the products, which is the coconut water and the marula oil. However, this one also includes the Tri-Gloss Shine Complex, when the most active ingredient in this product is going to be our lactic acid. And why that's important is because that just gently exfoliates any of the product buildup on the hair and the scalp to allow that natural shine to come through. So when people are using this one, we're going to utilize any of the Aluram shampoos. We're going to shampoo the hair, rinse it out. Then we're going to apply this product evenly, let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. And we want to make sure that we're working it through the hair so that lactic acid can do its job to gently remove any of that product buildup to allow that natural shine to come through. And the great thing about this is that lactic acid is still going to be very gentle enough. So this product is still going to be color safe because again, one of the Aluram icons is color safe. So this is still going to be a color safe product. It's going to help enhance the shine. You guys are also coming on at an absolute perfect time as well, because on September 1st, we're going to be launching a brand new item to go along with this, which will be our High Shine Blowout Spray. So not only are you going to have the High Shine glossing treatment to use at the back bar, you're also going to have a styling aid. So with that product, it's going to be a heat activated product. So what's heat activated into the hair, it's going to stay in the hair for up to 3 washes. the high shine and anti-humidity properties. So they're going to pair really well together to give you the ultimate shine.
Everybody
I
catch
was
the
like, Jake
drift?
looks like he's ready to say something with that
Yeah,
one.
everybody catch the drift on that one. Three
Stay in the hair after
days,
3
high
washes.
shine, yeah. Defrizz. So perfect timing, like they said. So just be on the lookout. September, we'll get this new product in, but this is a great introduction to the line right here.
And then I know somebody mentioned earlier that they had really great success with the Aluram Try Me bags. So being we launched this item, the High Shine Glossing Treatment, we have put that in the Aluram Try Me bag. So now we've kind of updated the Aluram Try Me bag with like the top SKUs and really items that are going to make a difference in the salon. So this High Shine Glossing Treatment is going to be one of the items in the Try Me bag.
Can you kind of like, how much do you put on the hair for this treatment? Can you kind of go a little bit through the process on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So we originally launched it in this 9.75 ounce, but July 1st, we introduced this in a back bar size. So if stylists are going to be utilizing this at the back bar as an additional upsell in a treatment, usually want to start with about a quarter size product because this is going to be highly concentrated. But again, you add a little bit more due to length and thickness of the hair. So after you've shampooed with any Aluram shampoo that you would like, you're going to rinse it out. If there's a lot of excess water in the hair, you can towel dry it. Then you'll go ahead and put this treatment on evenly from roots to ends, and then really work it through the hair for those 3 to 5 minutes. And it's important to make sure that we're working it through the hair for those 3 to 5 minutes, because that's what's going to help kind of activate that lactic acid to help remove any of that product buildup on the hair and scalp. After you've let it sit for those 3 to 5 minutes, go ahead and rinse it out, and then style as normal. So before we had it in just that 9.75 ounce, but now with that back bar size, we can educate the stylist to have that at their back bar and then retail this 9.75 ounce.
When you say style is normal, I mean, can they, some people just put it on the head and walk out the door. I mean, does this need to be, is this heat activated too, or is this going to
So
be?
yeah, so this one's going to be more of a traditional conditioning product. So this will need to be rinsed out of the hair. So we're going to think about this as our conditioner category of product. So this one will need to be rinsed out.
Okay.
And then when we have the High Shine Anti-Frizz Blowout Spray, that's the one that you can spray in the hair and then blow dry to lock in that treatment. So this one will need to be rinsed out of the hair.
Okay.
And you're
Great
saying you can
questions.
retail that? You can retail that to the client?
So this is the 9.75 ounce. So you can retail
Mhm.
this one. This can be used as a back bar treatment. We do have that available in the back bar size. And then this 9.75, you can go ahead and retail this one.
Yep, but all you guys will be getting a case of 2 ounce sizes of these, and we'll get into at the end kind of strategy, but it is an amazing lead product. You get that into stylists' hands and they're hooked.
So this is a one-time use, like you use it, it's good. You do it every time, or how long will it last?
So with this being in a traditional conditioning base, this will just be every time you would use it, you're getting those results. So this doesn't have like progressive results or any like really in-depth reparative features, like a really bond building technology. So this one's just going to be that high shine, just going to gently remove any of that product buildup to allow that natural shine to come through. Great questions. We do have on the back end of the website an entire FAQ section on this product too. So when you guys do start, calling on salons and they have more in-depth questions, you can shoot them over that PDF. But those are all really great questions because I know a lot of those will come up. Wonderful. Any other questions on this item?
Do you guys still mark up your products on Amazon?
Yeah, it's a great question. So our Amazon strategy is everything on Amazon is going to be 20% higher, and we keep it gated to ensure that we are monitoring the price. And the reason we do that 20% higher is so if a stylist is, really educating their client on the product and the client goes and looks on Amazon, they're going to see it at that 20% higher. And we want to make sure that we are offering and encouraging every sale to go to the stylist. We also only do open stock items on Amazon. So we don't do any kitted promotions. We don't do any limited releases. We don't do any bag deals. So it's strictly just going to be the open stock items. And when you start following us on social media, you'll see we do a lot of promotions for our kitted items or our holiday leader duos and different things like that. And we're always encouraging people to reach out to their stylist in order to get that promotion. So we know that Amazon's not going to go away. So we try to make sure that we can find a way to continue to gate that at that 20% higher price point.
And she's saying 20% over retail, but you know, I know some of you'll, yes, over retail, not a salon cost.
Yes.
See, this product has biotin in it. Does any of your products promote hair growth?
I didn't quite catch that question. It was a little
She
frozen.
asked about biotin, and she's, you know, does any other products have biotin that helps hair growth?
Yeah, great question. So we don't make any hair growth claims with our products. We can talk about some of the benefits that come with biotin, but we don't make any claims that certain products could promote or enhance hair growth. Great questions.
Will your product be available in Ulta or Sephora?
So we are not at Ulta or Sephora. Great questions. I know I kind of sound like a politician right now. I'm like, great question, but any questions on the shampoos or conditioners? Perfect. We have two deep conditioning treatments. We have the original hydrate and repair treatment, which is going to be a really rich, deep conditioner. So when you guys get your sample of this, if you take the top off and flip it upside down, it's like you can work at Dairy Queen, and that product is so rich that it's not going to fall out. You could do your whole presentation with it turned upside down. But the great thing about this is one of the key ingredients in this is going to be the squalane oil. And what that does is it has the ability to mimic hair and skin's natural oil. So when you get a chance to try this one, you'll see how rich it is, but it really, when you grab a scoop, it really melts into the hair, so it's really easy to apply. So you can use this on all hair types. You know, sometimes people that have fine hair complain that, you know, conditioners can be too heavy on the hair, but with the squalane oil in this one, it's really just going to melt into the hair on all hair types to give that really beautiful, deep conditioning feel. So this is going to be a great back bar item. We do have this in the 32 ounce and then the 11 ounce retailable size. I know a lot of questions that you guys are probably going to get is what's the difference between the high shine glossing treatment and the hydrate and repair treatment. So kind of think about the hydrate and repair is going to be for those people that have extremely dry, damaged hair, where the ends are either broken due to overprocessing, chemical services, where they just really need that really rich, deep conditioning treatment. This one can also go under the dryer. So if they put a bag on their head, put them under the dryer, you could upcharge and do more of that deep conditioning feel. Versus the high shine glossing treatment is going to feel a little bit more lightweight, highly concentrated feel. It gives you that really enhanced shine, but it's not going to be as heavy of a deep conditioner as the hydrate and repair.
The squalene's awesome too.
It really does like gradually melt into the hair when you guys get a chance to try out this product because it looks really rich and thick and people are like, oh, there's no way that's going to work on my hair. But when you start applying it, it just really just blends right into the hair. Then we have the same base as the original, but with a purple tint to it. So you're going to have a purple toning hydrate and repair. So the original hydrate and repair can go under the dryer, but for best practices, we're not going to put the purple hydrate and repair under the dryer. Any questions on any of the shampoos and conditioners?
Yes. I noticed on the purple one, it had marigold extract. Do they both have the marigold in them?
So it has the same base formula, but then a different call-out ingredients to help make that product unique. So there's no marigold extract in the original. It's only going to be in the purple hydrate and repair.
Okay, cool.
Great
Thanks.
questions. Yep. So then we'll go through the styling category. I'll go through these ones pretty quickly, only because, you know, one of the great things about our brand is we really do keep everything really easy, really user-friendly. So the names of the products are exactly what they do, just to kind of make it easy on the stylist. And then for the stylist's ability to educate their consumer as well. Because we know that, a lot of stylists, when we're doing hair, we're chatting, we're laughing, we're having a great time. Our clients aren't always listening into exactly how they should be using the products in the hair. So we make everything user-friendly for both ends. So when we go through the styling aids, I'll touch on the hero styling aids and then just a couple tips as we move along. So when we talk about our leave-in conditioner, this is going to be one of our hero products in the line. This is going to be an amazing lightweight detangling spray. It's going to be silicone free, so it's a great prep product to prep the hair before we apply the other styling aids. A lot of stylists will use this as a cutting lotion because it's going to help even out the porosity of the hair to give them that nice straight cut. We have this in the 8-ounce, and then last year we brought this in as a 16-ounce back bar size with a trigger sprayer on it. That way that trigger sprayer is going to be a lot easier for the stylist to use all day long on their clients because, again, this is great for detangling. It's a great prep product. It's a great cutting lotion. It just is an all-around amazing leave-in conditioner. We do have a couple of schools that use Aluram, and the primary reason they brought it in was because this product is amazing at detangling mannequin hair. So it's great for detangling all hair types. And again, with this being silicone free, it's a great prep item to get the hair at that even porosity and ready to go before we start applying the rest of our styling aids. And again, the great thing with this one is right now we have it in the 8-ounce, we have it in the 16-ounce back bar size, and then we also have it in a 2-ounce travel size as well. Then we have the styling cream and the smoothing cream. So the styling cream is going to be great for medium to coarse hair. When you want to do a blowout that has a lot of hold to it, a lot of memory, you want to smooth out the frizz, you want to get in there and do some work with your round brush because it's really going to hold the style while smoothing out the hair and keeping everything in place. It does have about a 7 to 9 on the hold factor. So when you're really getting in there, it's going to build that memory and that hold. The styling cream is a little bit too strong for my hair, but I still like that hold in memory. So if you want to lessen the hold of any of our items, you can cocktail in a little bit of the shine serum. So for example, you could do a quarter size or nickel size of the styling cream, add in 2 to 3 pumps of the shine serum, work it through, then apply it to the hair. That way you're still going to get those same great benefits of that hold and that memory and that frizz control, but then it's also going to lessen the hold a little bit. The smoothing cream, kind of think about this one as your traditional blowout product. This only has about a 2 to 3 on the hold factor. So this is going to be more for that soft, smooth, beautiful blowout. You can cocktail the styling cream and the smoothing cream together if you want to just add a little bit more hold to that beautiful, soft blowout. Then we have our curl foam and the curl cream. So the curl foam is going to be good for more of the fine to medium hair that just has a little bit of natural wave that they want to enhance. With this one, you can either air dry it or you could use a diffuser. But again, this one's going to feel a lot more lightweight on the hair to help bring out that natural texture. This is also going to dry with a more soft finish. So it's not going to have a cast to it. It's not going to feel too heavy or sticky on the hair. You're going to get that nice soft finish. Then we have the curl cream, which is going to be good for medium to coarse hair. So it is going to be a little bit richer, a little bit more heavy and more moisturizing to make sure that that medium to coarse hair is getting the hydration that it needs. A lot of times people will go in and they'll prep the hair with the leave-in conditioner. They'll go ahead and do the curl cream on the medium mid-lengths to ends, and then they'll top things off with the curl foam just to kind of help bring out that extra separation. So you can definitely cocktail and layer with these products as well. Then we have the Root Boost Spray. So the Root Boost Spray is going to be specifically formulated to be applied at the roots. So great points with this one is it does have a unique sprayer on it. So it's going to be what we call a wide application fine mist. So when you're sectioning out the hair, spraying it on the scalp, you're going to be able to cover a lot of area where it's still going to give you that lightweight application. So you're not like directly shooting it on the scalp and then it's too dry and sticky. And an hour later, that client's like, oh, my head's too tight. So this one's going to be really great to give that fine mist coverage. This does have about an 8 to 10 on the hold factor. So when you really get in there with your round brush, you're going to be building out that volume. The
Is
next
it,
item,
can we go back real quick?
yep.
Like I know you said concentrated on the high gloss, or a lot of these products you use too much, it gets, can you use too much, I guess is what I'm asking with like root boost and things like that.
Things that have a more higher hold factor, you can definitely overuse a little bit too much, especially with the root boost spray. Like I said, that does have about an 8 to 10 on the hold factor. So we do have that fine mist on there. We want to make sure that, you get a generous but even application. For example, like the volumizing foam, this has about a 6 to 9 on the hold factor. For most hair types, you can't really overuse it with this item, but if somebody does have really fine hair, it might feel a little bit too heavy. So when in doubt, if you think a product's going to be too heavy for someone's hair, you could always cocktail in a little bit of that shine serum to lessen the hold a little bit. But the great thing is the products are buildable and layerable. So if you go in and you do the volumizing foam and then you start doing your bloat a little bit and you're like, oh shoot, it could use a little bit more. You could always add a little bit more product to it. Another way that a lot of stylists will utilize this root boost spray is they will spray that on top of the product that they've put in to kind of add a little bit more volume to it to give more of like a volumized bombshell blowout. So like for example, there's some people that will do the root boost spray up at the roots. They'll do the volumizing foam, the mid lengths to ends, and then they'll spray the root boost spray on top just to give that extra beautiful volumized blowout. I hope that helped answer that question. Perfect. And then as you can
Do you
see,
have the hold factor on the bottles?
so we don't have the hold factor on the bottles. It is something that we've got a lot of suggestions about. So it's something that we'll definitely look into. We do have what you'll get in the intros is our styler reference guide. It's a really long, tall sheet of paper that goes through all of the products and the different tips and tricks, and that kind of talks about the different ways to use it and a little bit of the hold on that one-page sheet. Then we'll go into the Shine Serum, which, if you guys haven't guessed it, is probably one of my other favorite products in the line. I think this is an amazing item because you can cocktail it in with any of the other styling aids if you want to lessen the hold of a product or just add a little bit more shine. This on itself does not have any hold to it. So this is going to be great, again, like I said, for cocktailing in with those other items. It's also great to use on dry hair if you want to smooth out any ends or you just want to add a little bit more shine. Sometimes in the morning, if I'm running late or I'm lazy, I'll take the smoothing cream, do about a dime size in my hand. I'll do a few pumps of the Shine Serum. I'll work it together, and then I'll run it through my hair in the morning just to kind of add a little bit of separation back to my hair and kind of bring it back to life a little bit. So you can also use this on dry hair as well. So lots of different ways that you can use this one. Some stylists will also use the hydrate and repair, and they'll add a little bit of the Shine Serum to that and then run that through the hair, put it under the dryer, and they'll use this to enhance their hydrate and repair during a treatment session. So lots of different ways to utilize this one. And it is going to be a clear Shine Serum, so you don't have to worry about it tinting any blondes or over-processed hair or anything like that.
How about extensions?
Great question. We have multiple education pages on how to utilize Aluram products with extensions. So we can send that over to you guys as well. So this is definitely great to use on extensions. Just want to make sure, with any extensions, you're not putting it right where the bonds are, or you're not like applying directly to it, mostly focusing on those mid lengths to ends. So we do have, like I said, we do have a whole education page on how to incorporate Aluram into extension use.
I sent you guys an email on Friday with what I thought was, 5 of the best documents that they have. They have an enormous amount of information that I'm going to put in Dropbox. So instead of overloading you with 30 documents, I kind of just picked and choose. But go into Dropbox later today, and there'll be presentations like this. There'll be, frequently asked questions, all the different things. So they got a lot of good stuff for you guys to go out and sell with.
Perfect.
And yes, we do have travel sizes. I know that'll be a question.
Then we have the styling clay. This is going to be a very soft, moldable, versatile clay. It's great for adding separation, piecing out shorter hairstyles. A lot of hairstylists will use this one where they'll do about a nickel size of the styling clay and then add a few pumps of the shine serum and then create a paste with it. And that paste they can use to break apart beach waves, add a little bit of separation, and use for shorter hairstyling as well. So this one can be used on its own or cocktailed with that shine serum. And it does have more of a satin finish with a touchable finish. So it's not going to be too dry on the hair or get flaky. So it just gives you that nice satin touchable finish. This also has one of my favorite fragrances in the line. It's like kind of sweet, kind of spicy. So this one's really nice too. Then we have our Stronghold Gel. So the Stronghold Gel is probably about an 8 to 10 on the hold factor. And again, we chose to do it in a Stronghold formula. So if you want to lessen the hold of the gel, you would just cocktail in a few drops of the shine serum, and then you can make a medium hold gel or a lesser hold gel. This one does dry like a traditional gel. So for those clients that do like that cast on their curly hair, this is something that you can cocktail in or layer with your curly hair routine as well. Then we have our coconut water texture spray. This one is such a cool product because it's in a clear bottle. So when you see through it, you can see like the coconut water splashing. So it really plays off the excitement of the coconut water base in these products. So think about this one as a traditional sea salt spray. It's going to give you grit. It's going to give you texture. It's going to be great for refreshing second day curly hair. If you just want to add a little bit more kind of grit and texture and refresh. One of the great things with this product is when we think about sea salt sprays, usually sodium chloride is one of the ingredients in there, which is what's going to give it that texture. So again, sodium chloride is on our no list. So we don't have sodium chloride in this product. We're using magnesium sulfide, which is more of the Epsom salt, which is giving you that softer feel, but still giving you that grit and texture that's going to be more color safe. This one also has a really amazing summer fragrance smell. It's like summertime, but not like the suntan lotion type summertime. This one's going to be really great. I think you guys are really going to like this one. Then we have the Heat Defense Mist. So a unique point with this one is going to be specifically formulated to be used on damp or dry hair. So you can use this as part of your styling routine as your styling aids, or you can use this more as a finishing product before you run a flat iron or a curling iron over it. This does have about a 2 to 3 on the hold factor. So if you are using this on dry hair, it is going to hold that curl or help keep it straight with that flat iron. Some best practices with this one is we do have the same type of sprayer on this as the Heat Defense Mist. That's going to be that wide application and that fine mist to make sure that it's not getting too heavy on the hair. So if you are using this on dry hair, you just want to make sure you're holding it 8 to 10 inches away from the head, and then just a really nice fine mist on there. Work it through the hair a little bit, and then run your heat tool over it. So this one has been doing really well for us. We launched this earlier this year. So right now this is an 8-ounce size, but we potentially are looking at doing a back bar size of this one because we know thermal protection is important. And with this being able to be used 2 ways, you're kind of getting 2 uses out of one product. So this one's going to be a great product for thermal protection. Then we have just a few of the aerosols. We have our dry shampoo. We have our dry texture spray, which is one of our hero products in the line. It's going to add great grit, great texture without that product buildup on the hair, and the fragrance is amazing. Then we have 2 aerosols. We have our finishing spray and our high hold finishing spray. Finishing spray is more of a working spray, so when you apply it to the hair, you could still do some updo work to it. It's just going to give a light hold, but then it is going to be layerable. So if you did want to make this a little bit stronger, you would just layer over it. And then we have the high hold finishing spray, which is like a one and done. So when your look is ready to go and you're satisfied, this is that last product that goes on the hair to really lock everything in. The high hold finishing spray has a very like a dry finish to it, so it's not going to feel too sticky. So Like for my hair in the morning when I'm getting ready, I'll curl it with a flat iron and then I'll go over with the high hold finishing spray over my whole head. Then I'll finish my makeup, eat breakfast, do whatever. And then right before I leave, I'll do 3 to 4 pumps of the shine serum, work it through, and then I'll break apart the set style and then just go about my day. So it is still going to be workable once you've applied this, but it's going to be the stronger hold. Any questions on any of the styling aids? And then I just have a couple body care items and then we'll be wrapping that part up.
I
You
know
said
dry.
the finish,
Go ahead, Tara.
finish spray. Did you give a hold factor on that one?
So the finishing spray is going to be more about a 4 to 6. So it's still going to be more of like that workable feel. And then the high hold finishing spray is going to be more of the 7 to 9. So it's going to really lock in that look.
Thank you.
I've
Yep.
heard a lot of good things about this dry texture spray as well, you guys. So
Oh, it's a fan favorite for sure. Awesome. So then we just have a few other items. So one of the things, when our company started back in 1987 is we started with lotions and the tanning side of the business. So our lab knows how to do lotions extremely well. So this is our original body lotion. We have not only the coconut water and the
oh yeah. Don't roll your eyes, everybody. Pay attention because this
I
is
promise these are good.
these are a large portion of their business. So I know, we have done some lotions in the past, it's good and bad, but this is going to be a key thing for you guys, especially opening up new doors, to people that you haven't really got to talk to, because this is a, no, you're not really selling against them with the hair product. This is body lotion, and she'll get into something, and I'll have Josh kind of talk about it when we get there. But pay attention to the lotions.
So with the lotions, like I said, we've been doing this a very long time. So our lab has amazing, wonderful, time and true formulas. So just like we talked about the squalane oil in the Hydrate and Repair, where it has the ability to mimic hair and skin's natural oil, the lotions just legitimately seamlessly apply to the skin to give you that beautiful, soft finish. We also have, again, the coconut water base, the marula oil. We have the watermelon seed oil, which acts as that really light and refreshing oil that's really easily absorbed into the skin without clogging the pores. So we have our original lotion that we do year long. And then every season we introduce a seasonal lotion. I know it kind of sounds silly, but we do these every season and people go crazy. So last year we did a coconut water and pineapple lotion, and it was our #1 shared image on social, and it sold out before we even started the bi-monthly cycle. So our seasonal lotions we do in really fun metallic labels to show the uniqueness to it, because we know that we can't have new products every single bi-monthly cycle, and we still want to make sure that there's something exciting for you guys to talk about when you go out in the field and do your rounds. So when we do these on social, we get people really hyped up. We have lots of social posts and do things really engaging to really build the excitement about the lotion. We have our fall lotion that launches on September 1st. So when we post like the teaser post on social, you guys will have to check it out and see all the engagement and excitement that comes with that seasonal lotion.
Hey, Jen, real quick, I just want to jump in here. So our #1 DSC across the country in Aluram writes about $225,000 a year. Imagine that. No services, no hair color, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The key to his success of building his business is he would take our lotions throughout all of the salons, all the suites, everything to say, hey, would you like a sample? Would you like to try this? And it created so many conversations of a non-threatening item. And like Jen said, we come out with spring collections, fall collections. We have some holiday collections as far as lotions go. He just adds on to those for every order too. They are the most easiest things to pad your order or like add on to your order. So yeah, definitely like Jake said, don't take them for granted because they are the ultimate door opener for sure with this brand.
Then that moves us into one of our top SKUs in the line is our Aluram Golden Glow. So with this lotion, think about the beautiful base lotion that we have for our original lotion. And then this is going to be the gradual tanning lotion. So a lot of tanning lotions have that kind of icky DHA smell to it where you smell like you were in a tanning bed or you smell like tanning. Well, we've been doing these products for so long that our lab knows the right fragrance notes to cancel out some of that DHA smell. So you can go ahead and put this lotion on in the morning and you get that beautiful kind of sun-kissed glow, and you can wear it all day without having to worry about that tanning fragrance coming up. It's also going to be non-transferable, so if you put this on before bed, you don't have to wake up and your sheets are all tan. And with this being so gradual, if you miss a spot, it's not going to show and you can go ahead and fix it the next day. This is a huge item for us. People love this product. They love the fragrance. They love the way it works. Think about you just want your sun-kissed summer glow all year long. I know we're in Minnesota, like I see sunlight like 4 days a year. So this is something really exciting to have, just that natural glow throughout the year.
Josh, would you comment on this?
I would just advise everybody to kind of get one and put it in their car and just take it around and just let people smell it. They're not going to get that smell that she's talking about. And then when you tell them the price point, it's the easiest sell in the world. I probably sold I probably sold about 500 bottles last year. I had one girl that purchased 300 by herself,
Oh my
and she did
gosh.
and she did a weekly. She would do a weekly Facebook post. She's tanned. She's young. She does pre-sales to her Venmo, and then at the end of the week, she'll order 100 bottles from me. So I had that happen multiple times. At the least, she was ordering like 50 at a time. Now she's probably going to be the exception, but it's easy to walk in any salon and sell 6 of these to anybody. So that's all I got to say, I guess.
Well, the crazy thing too is we're in the Southeast and people assume like we don't need that. Well, you think about all the people that work indoors all day that don't get a chance to be outside or by the beach. Yeah, this product, I mean, it rocks in the Midwest, it rocks in the Northeast, it rocks in the Southeast, West Coast, you name it. It just everybody wants to feel good and look good, and this is that product that'll get it, get it started for that beautiful glow.
Everybody wants a little bit of color.
Definitely.
Kathy, you've commented in here, so I'm calling you out now. You use it, so tell us from your point of view.
So yeah, so the little bit of time that I had the opportunity to sell it, we couldn't keep it in. I got a bottle for myself. I'm a big tanner and spray tanner, and moisturized skin obviously tans better. And if you spray tan, if you don't keep your skin moisturized, it starts flaking, looks bad. This is a good daily. Keep your tan and keep it moisturized. So I like to use it every day. So yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
amazing. And it smells good.
Let me ask you this, Jake, are they carrying the regular retail size in and just giving them a travel size? How did y'all do it? Just carry a regular retail size in is what you do?
I think all they have is one size for this.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the only size, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, we have toyed
You
around with the
can
idea of
buy
doing
100 2-ounce packs to put samples in and make you 100 samples for $10.
About hand staining, you know, usually when you put on self tanner, you get all that staining on your hands. How's that? You just wash your hands like
So,
normal,
yep.
or
You just wash your hands like normal, and this is so gradual that you're not going to get like the creases that come up there sometimes because it is going to be so gradual. I mean, if every single day you were putting it like right there, then you will get some buildup. But if you're using it gradual, just like you would a regular lotion, wash your hands, you're going to be good to go. It also doesn't give you that weird buildup like on your knees and your ankles sometimes. So you're just going to get that nice, really beautiful, gradual, like sun-kissed look.
Yeah, I like what John said earlier. When you're going into these salons and so many of them have the shelves already packed, this is non-threatening. You can go in there with this non-threatening and get started right there. I like that.
Yeah, we've definitely done a lot of launches where people have had the lotions for, 3 months or so, and they are really hooked on it. And then it's like, what else do you have? And then you can go in with the rest of the hair care items. Something exciting that we're going to be having for the holiday season this year is we have our Sweet Pear and Winter Spice body lotion in the 18 ounce, which is this size. But then we're also going to have that in a 2 ounce retailable size too. So it's the very first time that we have done a seasonal lotion in a cute little travel size 2 ounce. So that'll be also a great opportunity for you guys to get people hooked on some of the seasonal fragrances too. Then we just have one more item to cover, and this is going to be our body wash. We have the body wash in a 16.9 ounce body wash with a pump. Again, we have our coconut water base and our marula oil, so you get that really hydrating feel. We also have key ingredients such as the hyaluronic acid, which we know is what's going to help retain moisture in the skin. We have jojoba oil, which is going to act as a really great moisturizer and make sure the skin stays nice and smooth. Again, this has a really beautiful fragrance. You're going to get a nice, really rich lather. So you're using those clean beauty products not only in your hair, but now you have the clean beauty products to use in the shower and then your lotions to follow up. So you can get the whole kind of clean beauty realm now with the body washes, body lotions, and then the hair care products. And then that wraps up all of the products. Does anybody have any questions on any of the products or where to find any of the educational information or anything like that?
Does the dry texture spray, does it have a hold factor?
The dry texture spray has more about a 3 to 4 on the hold factor. It's just going to add a little bit of grit and texture and hold, so you're still going to be able to work through it. So it's not like a one and done and you can't work through the hair. So
Any idea of the pH of your leave-in conditioner?
I don't know right off the top of my head, but we have an entire PDF that covers the pH of the leave-in conditioner and all the shampoos and conditioners. So I can
Thank
send that
you.
over to you guys too.
Yeah.
Does that, back to the dry texture spray, does it have a heat protectant in it?
So there's no heat protectant in the dry texture spray.
Almost all your other products have heat protection in it, though, correct?
The ones that have callouts in the presentation do have the thermal protection in there. So it's going to be more of the leave-in conditioner. It's going to be more of the thermal protection mist. So you want to make sure that we're incorporating either the leave-in conditioner in as your prep product to make sure that you're getting the thermal protection in that way. And then you can always follow up with the heat defense mist if you want additional thermal protection.
Does the dry shampoo, is it a clear or does it have a color?
So it's going to be clear, so you're not going to get that cast to it. So again, best practices with the dry shampoo, you want to shake it up really well, section out the hair, hold about 6 to 8 inches away, evenly spray it, massage it in to absorb that oil, and then comb through any of that excess. I was at a sales meeting a few years ago when one of the sales reps had on this like beautiful fancy blue jacket, and he was like, "Oh, this is how I always sell it in." And he like whipped his jacket sleeve open and sprayed the dry shampoo all over his jacket and was like, "Oh, look, like no white residue." So you're gonna get that really beautiful clear finish, so it's not gonna have that white chalky buildup on it. Great questions.
Find that most of your products rinse off in 1 to 2 shampoos. Do they leave behind a residue? What?
So none of the products are going to have any buildup on the hair. Everything's going to feel very lightweight and not heavy. And then with the shampoos and conditioners all being silicone free, you're really getting that nice clean without adding any extra either buildups or fillers or anything from your shampoo and condition. Another great thing, I know Jake mentioned this earlier, with our brochures. So we've kind of taken the flow of the presentation and made it into like a mini presentation with the brochure. That way, when you guys are out in the field, if someone only has like a few minutes, all the important aspects about the brand are in the first couple pages. And then if they have more time, you can go a little bit more in depth with the pages on the brochure. So it's really great to utilize that brochure even as like an educational piece at the same time.
That bottle looks just like another brand that had a big pot leaf on it.
Similar category.
You say that the other people that are distributing in our area do not handle the body care, or they do?
They do.
So
I was
I
gonna say,
think
we have one thing. If we guys are having anybody that's either brought on the products or anything in the last couple weeks or so, I know it's all brand new, but we do have a online Zoom live PK class next Monday. So if anybody wants to hear a little bit more in depth on the product knowledge, we have that class available next Monday that people can register for.
Yep. And then another great resource, guys, is about 90 days ago, we launched an Aluram YouTube channel. A lot of great content to refer to. Definitely refer your stylist to that. Jennifer is building out more and more tips and tricks, product demonstrations, you name it, but it's going to be a great source of information as well. So definitely, if you get a chance, subscribe to our Instagram, or follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, I know it's a lot of information that we kind of just rolled over in the last 60 minutes, but if you get some extra time, go to definitely our YouTube channel and share it with your stylists as well. The great thing is about our Try Me kit. It's $50. And someone, I think it was Josh, referred to it earlier. We have reps that's when they launch the brand, they'll sell 100 of these things, 120 of these things, 140. And they look at all those products that come in this Try Me bag for a salon cost of $50. And Chris, I know you can attest this as well. They'll typically say, hey, add that onto my order. They don't even ask, like, if you can leave that behind. They're like, it's such a good deal. It's got all of our kind of hero products in it, all of our top selling products, our moisture shampoo collection, our daily shampoo collection, our new hydrate repair. It's got our finishing spray, which is a top 10 product, like all of our leave-in conditioner, you name it. When you walk that bag in and say, hey, I'm presenting a new brand, this is a brand that you need to, bring into your salon. They're like, hey, I want to try it out before I get into the, intro deals. Typically they'll say, you know what, throw one of those on my order. And again, it's just a great way to get started. And there's a ton of value in there. Basically $110 worth of product for $50 salon cost on there. And again, it's like, we know for us, it's kind of like a loss leader in a way, but we know as the products perform amazingly, we get them in the stylist's hands, and that's just going to lead into the, the small intro, medium intro, or large intro. So all you guys are getting one, it's called the DSC bag to start, and then also 3 Try Me bags. So basically you're getting 4 of these bag deals to start to go out there and present. And we'll talk about in a second a program that we're going to roll out with you guys. It's a 60-day program that, again, for the ones that open doors, you're going to get reloaded with these things on a continual basis. And let's get into the intros right now. So our curl intro kind of sits separately. Curl's kind of its unique category in the salon. Again, it's a great add-on to any business out there. $114. Again, comes with 4 of all the retailable size. Comes with a liter of each, free for back bar, and 1 each station setup, and a pack of clips. That's kind of our curl intro. When we get into the small intro, again, it's going to be more of your sweet stylist, your small, 1-2 chair salon. It really comes with ones and twos of all the key retail products. And again, great complimentary back bar items free. We know back bar is a major cost for stylists and salon owners. Jen touched on during the presentation our 100-ounce pouches. Guys, once you guys get Aluram salons hooked on, transition them into the 100-ounce pouches. Because again, let's just to review really quick. $30 salon cost, and those 100-ounce pouches contain 3 liters. It breaks it down to $10 a liter. I don't know any other brand in the industry that has back bar, that low. And again, people ask us all the time, do you have a rewards program? We don't, but we have an everyday rewards of great savings. And that's really where, the salon's going to save a ton of money. Our medium intro, $599.50. Same thing. Now we're looking at 3s, pretty much of all of our top selling retail products. Again, coming with a ton of back bar, station setups, clips, capes, marketing materials, kickstands, 32% savings, almost a $900 salon value. And then when we get into the, the large commission salons, 1,076.50, it's coming with fives and threes, fours, fives, and sixes of our top selling products, 17 liters that come with this intro free. Again, station setups, capes, brochures, marketing materials, the big wall chart from for the back room of the salon that Jen kind of referenced, our styling guide. Again, the value of the intros are amazing. It gets the salon off to an amazing start. And again, it's at our price point. All of our products retail for $16.99 besides our aerosols and treatment that are $19.99. It sets up an amazing price laddering. We always say, where does Aluram fit? It fits in the A salons next to the Kevin Murphy's, Davines's, Moroccan oils, Brazilian blowouts, Kerastase, you name it. Because you know what? Those clients will stay loyal to that brand, but for the other 95 to 98% of the clients that are not buying retail in their salons, that are going to CVS and already spending $14 for a shampoo on the shelf of a CVS or a Walgreens or, all those other discount or I should say mass places, $16.99, it puts them right in the game. That client comes in and drops $150, $200, $250 on a service, but they don't feel like doling out an extra $60 for a shampoo conditioner. Aluram is that customer right there. Where else does Aluram fit? Knockout legacy brands, those brands that have been around the industry for a while, but now the salon's looking to get into clean beauty. They're looking to get into a brand that's, relevant today. That's, one of the fastest growing retail brands in the industry. Aluram's great for that. It's great for the small rural salons. It's great for the booth renter salons. So really, where does Aluram fit? Any salon in your territory. Some of our best salons in the country, we're right there in those high-end salons. When the Salon Today Top 200 list has been coming out, next thing you know, Aluram's starting to pop up in some of those salons. Price laddering concept. It sits next to Davines really well. Sits next to Kevin Murphy really well. We all seen kind of those Kevin Murphy salons. Those salons have been hurting the last year. People aren't spending $40 for an 8.5 ounce bottle like they used to. Everyone's kind of saying in our industry, retail's dead. Some of the numbers show it. Some salons have given up on it. We're bucking that trend. We've been one of the fastest growing brands year over year, 25, 30% growth year over year. We're showing that retail is still alive and thriving in salons, guys. We make products for other brands in the industry. And again, it kind of makes us unique. So yeah, being a contract manufacturer, you get a really opportunity to see what's hot out there. I always say there's fads, there's trends and movements. You don't want to get into something that's a fad because it's, here today, gone tomorrow. A trend usually lasts from about a year to two. You want to be part of a movement. And when we launched this brand, our marketing department did an amazing job of identifying clean beauty as a movement. And we were at the forefront. We were one of the very first clean beauty brands to launch through Pro. I would say, skincare and cosmetics are always ahead of hair care as far as technology goes. And we really saw a trend in skincare and cosmetics that, people were really getting into clean ingredients. And when we launched this brand in 2019, it's like, how can we be different? That's it. It's like, I would say if the industry's going left, we like to go right. A lot of brands like to copy and to go what's going left, but again, being one of the very first clean beauty brands to launch in 2019 and then infusing all of our products with coconut water. You pick up every other bottle in the industry, first ingredients, water or agua. And again, it just makes us different. It's a great talking point. And for those that drink coconut water, they know the great health benefits of that. And they're like, all right, well, if I drink it, we know it's got to be amazing for the hair as well. So there's a lot of great unique selling points. Yeah, again, make it our own products, quality controls under one roof. So great point, Chris. And again, we do make products for other brands in the industry as well.
Well, how can this product be so inexpensive?
It'd be like if Jake and I went to United Haircare and say, hey, we want to come up with a retail brand. It's probably going to fall in that $28 to $30 range because now we have to buy it from them. Now you have that extra layer of cost in there. Now we have to turn around and sell it to the Salon Center, other distributors across the country. By the time you get all those layers in, yeah, you're looking at a $28 to $30 retail. And with us, we don't have that extra layer. And, we just know there's a lot of competition in that high-end space. There's a lot of competition in that mid-range. We like to say we're kind of cruising down the highway at 85 miles an hour, and there's not a lot of cars on the road. And and we're moving pretty fast, which is kind of cool.
Booth renters love this brand. I see it everywhere in suites.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing too. If you guys walk into a lot of suites and there's a lot of piecemeal in there. Hey, I got 2 products from this brand. I got 3 products from that brand. I got 1 product from that brand. Aluram, they seem to really get behind, and like they're like, I can actually get behind a brand now. It's like it's not too big. It's got all the pieces I need, and of course that back bar and station use products. It's a great price. Welcome to the Aluram family, guys. We're excited to have you.